Thank you. Beginning 8 boys 1 meter. Noah William, Cal guys. 103 feet.
Zuko Humphries, 403 feet.
Rasmus Almdahl, 103 feet.
Odessa Jaskalainen, 403 feet.
Heather Barrett, 201 feet.
Alexandra Demande, 401 feet.
Gertas Varnakis, 103 feet.
All right, everybody, we are back for day 3 of the Bergen Open. We are getting kicked off here. Just Heath Calhoun here for the first event. Aaron is speaking / announcing for the boys A 1 meter. We're going to be bringing you some of the girls A 1 meter here. Getting started with the required dives here, the compulsory dives. So our basic skills running through. We have 26 girl competitors in the 3 meter event. They'll be doing 9 dives, 5 required dives to start, the easier dives, followed by 4 optionals, the harder dives. So we'll be jumping in and out throughout the required dives here, the first 5 rounds, giving you updates. If we see a crazy dive that we really enjoy watching, give you some feedback. Something goes wrong, we'll give you feedback. Really excited to be here for day 3. The schedule for today, starting with A, boys and girls, 1 meter and 3 meter. Then there is the C events. That's going to run from about 11:55 till about 2:25. So we'll have a little gap in our broadcast there for a nice lunch break for everybody at home. About 2:40 to 4:20, we're going to have the B-Girls platform, followed by the men's 3 meter event. You might want to pencil that in on your calendars there. 4:35 about start time to 5:05. Then we have the B-Boys platform event at 5:20. Followed by the men and women synchro platform. So really looking forward to another exciting day, day 3 here at the Bergen Open. I'm Heath Calhoun, one half of the diving pod, the other half being Aaron Rooney, who is announcing. He'll be back over on the commentary side after this first event, as we're running a simultaneous event to help with time efficiency. If you haven't heard of the podcast, you can go to divingpod.com on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Listen, we got about 207 episodes up of interviews with American, international athletes, starting to transition a little bit more to like where diving is at. We've covered more USA-based to start, since that's where we're based out of. I can, without question, say moving forward, we're going to be trying to get a little more international flavor, working on getting someone from World Aquatics. I think after this meet, it's become very apparent we need to get some people from European Aquatics, as well as some of these awesome athletes, onto the podcast. So again, go ahead and check those out on Apple Podcast and or Spotify. Leave a review if you listen and like it. Leave a review if you listen and don't like it. Just excited to get feedback. And then you can go ahead and check out the Diving Pod on Instagram and the divingpod@gmail.com for emails if you have suggestions for us, things to do better, things to do different, and or interviews. If there's someone you want to hear us interview, let us know, and we will do that. But we're rolling pretty steady here. Looks like we're already on to diver number 11, Nova from Sweden here, doing a 103B. Pretty good dive. Missed that entry just a little bit, but overall, pretty darn good. So we'll get rocking and rolling. Again, as they set us up yesterday, we have some sounds, so you might hear some of the following sounds as the day progresses. So just meant as a little bit of comic relief if something maybe doesn't go according to plan for our athletes on the boards or on the towers. Really like that dive. Just a little head down on the bottom there, rolling it by just a touch, but that's going to be a good dive she'll be happy with there. Leader is Audrey. Looks like she's from Bergen with 39.9 points. Tied for first with a Odessa from Finland. I expect we'll see a pretty good competition here. I actually think, generally speaking, every broadcast we have done so far has been a competition that has been semi up in the air until the last round, coming down to some of the last few dives, which is always exciting when we get to a competition. You have anywhere from 5 to 10 rounds, and it's coming down to the last dive. It means you have a pretty good field that's pretty evenly matched to the top side. Just a little quick. I'd like to see her get a little more out of her last step there. So meaning I'd like to see a little bit more vertical drive out of her approach step is what I would call it, her hurdle step. Give her a little more vertical lift as opposed to horizontal motion. Really nice to be over here for the first time ever in Norway, as I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Aaron Rooney, the other half, is from Alexandria, Minnesota. So really cool to get to be over here in Norway, get to meet a bunch of different new people, different culture, different city. It's been pretty incredible, just the hospitality, everybody here, even the strangers we meet in shops or in stores or on the street, everybody insanely kind. Which is just great. I mean, encourage anyone to come over here for the meets. I'd love to see us have more American teams here because it's a great meet. It's a really, really high-level meet that there's really good competition on the top end. Pretty good dive. The girls are going pretty steady over here, and they are moving. I mean, we're right on pace, a little less than 30 seconds a dive right now. Absolutely incredible pace here from our staff. Here we go. We're going to see some pretty close matchups here. Some great competitions the last 2 days, like I had mentioned. Feel free to go back, rewatch some of those over there on YouTube. They're doing a great job with the stream. The technical crew has been absolutely incredible. Very few technical difficulties as the meet has went on. And even when there has been some type of hiccup along the way, you've just watched them efficiently just check the boxes, get everything up and running, fix the problem. Like just the staff here, the crew that comes out to help with this, from the announcer all the way to literally just kind of the support staff that's just making sure the judges have what they need. If a scoring pad goes down, someone's already there to run down, figure out the problem, diagnose it, fix it. It's been absolutely incredible. Riley from New Zealand here.
Beginning round 2, no Olivia, 201 feet. Rasmus, 201 feet.
Cynthia Nelson, 43 feet.
Got a nice dive. I'd still like to see a little more lift on that, a little more takeoff, but very good overall dive.
And it, 301.
And you can see there she back hurt a little bit, but she got way more power out of that approach. Look at the difference in the amplitude of the height off the board there. Step back a little bit, which caused her to go out just a hair, but very, very good overall. Just a hair short there. Let's see here again. Really like how she got back to the top there. I like that a lot. Great job.
Eric, 201 feet.
See just a little more press. You can see when she like lays back out of that dive, she's a little pushed forward with her hips, which gives her this little extra arch that she doesn't need right there. So a little extra arch, then the arms come out in front of her body lengthwise, out in front of her chest, her stomach, her face, which is going to help pull her long. We want to see those hands either tight to the body or lateral, depending on what each coach wants. You can see the lateral version of the come out there. Still a little extra arch, but because those arms don't go out long and create that lever out in front of the body, there's a little more control to that dive as opposed to the one before.
Isabel, 103B.
Kevin, 201 feet.
I feel like the women here are doing a really good grouping of balls so far.
Nico, 103 feet.
Right, we are grooving. Very nice. Just a little fade on that start. If we can see her reach up straight while the board's still bending, she's going to be able to jump a little bit flatter there and be a little closer to the diving board.
Tommy, 201B.
Looks like we're on that far board over there. Missed that last dive just a little bit. No big deal there for everyone.
Zoe, 201B. Philippa, 403B.
As for the records in this event, let's take a look at those for our listeners at home. Just doing a little checking of the results the last few days. Okay. So, record in the women or girls A 3-meter is Michelle Heimberg from Switzerland with a score of 430.75. That was set in 2018. And then on the men's side, Ying Chang Hao from a team in China with a 532.6. That is a pretty big score. Or excuse me, that's the 3-meter. I apologize. We are looking at Jonathan Sukau from Switzerland with a 496. So really good scores there that some of these athletes might be aiming for as a goal. Excuse me. Just a little fade. That graphic gets in the way just a touch for us there. So kind of miss a little bit of the entry on that one. Riley here from Norway. Excuse me, Riley from New Zealand. With a good dive there. Again, something we have talked about quite a few times here for everyone at home that's a little different than over in the States is very apparent. There is one scale for the judging. There is not two separate scales they're working from. It is very, very clearly a one scale, so meaning the athletes in this A group are getting judged, if not exactly the same, very similar, much more similar than different. So that's why in the Group C, Group Bs, we might be seeing a little more 5 to 6, with the 7s being the pretty elite groups here. And then in the Group A's, we're seeing a little more 6, 6.5, a couple more 7s, and then we're sneaking into the 8s a little bit. So you're seeing that, and the Group C's might even be a touch lower, where in the States we do see a lot more. The Group C's are going to receive some 8s, 9s, things like that if they're smoking the entry and ripping it, or really getting a lot of amplitude for their age, those type of things. It's a more sliding scale, and then you can get really chaotic in the States. Excuse me. In the States, we have high school diving, which is how a lot of our athletes are introduced to the sport of diving. So a lot of our athletes over in the States won't start diving until they're somewhere between 13 to 15 because they get introduced to it at the high school level. So high school for us is 9, 10, 11, 12th grade. And then some of those athletes will go on to compete at the collegiate level in Division I, which is the one everybody is most familiar with your Power 4 schools such as Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, Minnesota, Auburn, Indiana, those schools that everybody across the world are fairly familiar with to a point. Then you do have Division II, which is where I coach. You have Division III, which are extremely prestigious academic institutions. You have junior college, like all kinds of different opportunities after that 12th grade, which would be the end of your Group A. So really different range there. It also is very common, similar to what we see in Europe, that we do get a lot of young ones that are interested if they live in a bigger city, or if there is a prestigious or, what's the word I want to use, like a popular diving club in the surrounding area. We can see a lot more young ones join the sport of diving. So we have a pretty wide variety of when, variety is not the word I want to, a pretty wide variance of when we see athletes join our sport in the United States, which is quite interesting. They're moving here. Less than 30 seconds to dive on average right now. The girls are actually just a touch behind the guys, which is pretty incredible. All right. Looks like we're about halfway through the Group A boys competition over on the 1 meter board. I'm trying to look and see what our rankings were in the last round. I'll try to get them to you at the end of the round when it's a little more accurate. Right now, with us being halfway through, they're kind of jumbled without much way for me to tell who's in first, who's in second after the last round. So I'll get you those end of round 3 results here shortly. Beautiful dive there by Paju from Finland. She was in 4th place. She might sneak up into that 1st place spot right now, honestly. That noise you're hearing in the background, I actually believe they're inflating some pretty awesome inflatables that they put over in the community pool. So that should end here in a few minutes. They're just filling those up, so that way if you were wondering what's going on at home, you're not just hearing something. They're actually filling some stuff up for the community members here to come in for what I would imagine is some type of open and or community swim that's offered from this awesome facility. So a little push forward there. You kind of see that chest drift a little forward. You want to see that nice tall line here out of this step right here, the approach. Just a little head down, a little chest forward. And you can hear that that inflatable kind of wind down now. Try to take a peek at some dives here. Let's see what we can find for everybody. Let's see, we got Group A boys. Girl, okay. Pretty standard. There we go. Nothing too different. I'm trying to look at just kind of what dives we're seeing from that Group A boys event, and pretty on par or pretty similar to what we see in the United States from our Group A boys. Maybe a little more 107s that I'm seeing here. But pretty similar comparison to our national level divers over in the United States. Okay. There we go. Back to normal. All right. 201B here. From Isabel from Great Britain. Again, you can see that nice press position that we've talked about throughout the last few days.
Judging panel B for 1 meter. You're making a judging change.
Flannery, 01B. Annie, 301B.
Judges, are we ready? Begin round 4. Noah Williams, 401A.
Very nice dive right there. Nice tall line. Back to the top. Great stand up. Beautiful pike. Great dive. And as of right now, that is your leader by 8 points through 3 dives. It's quite a bit through some balls here. So let's see where everything kind of finishes up after this round. All right, so it looks like they just got started into Group A boys round 4. So I'm going to do my best to give you some scores here. It looks like Pieter from Switzerland is in first with a 1:10.40. Baptiste from France, 1:09.20, real close right there. Martinez from Lithuania is about 1:02.8. Kevin from Switzerland, 101, and Mal from, I'm not 100% sure on his team, so I apologize for that, but he's sitting at 100.6. We will have a panel change here after this round, so whenever that takes place, we'll pause the commentary for a bit here for you. Like I said kind of yesterday, I'm going to try to give you at home the opportunity to just watch some diving without hearing my voice. I know sometimes I just like to watch diving, have it on without any commentary. Really nice dive there. Missed her entry just a little bit from Natalie. Like to see her get a little tighter, get rid of that space between the ears and her bicep when she goes right there. Looks like there's just a little bit of space she could look through, be a little tighter there. Got Riley here from New Zealand. I'll get you some updates here about the scores. Very nice dive. I really enjoyed watching Riley dive up to this point in the competition. Not just this competition, but every competition we've had. She's a pretty diver. All of her positions are real tight, real sharp. Just very efficient through her positioning.
Abraham, 301B. Daniel, 301 feet.
Odessa, 301 feet.
Martinez, 403C.
Alexandra, 201 feet. Alexandra, 201 feet.
Douglas, 401 feet.
Caillou, 301 feet.
Baptiste, 401A.
Sarandon, 301 feet.
Nelke, 403 feet. Kevin, 401A.
Zita, 201 feet.
Nico, 201A.
Shai, 401 feet.
Samuel, 401A.
Letizia, 103 feet.
Noah, 401 feet.
Nova, 403 feet.
Lucas, 401 feet.
Una, 301 feet.
Ooh, I like that one. That's one of the better reverse dives I think I've seen up to this point. I like to see her look through the water just a bit more. See that touch, sharp, and I think that head drifts just a little bit like chin to chest, where if she keeps that chin up or eyes towards the water, I think that would have cleaned out pretty well and been a little bit flatter on the water. go. Not too bad there.
Inbound 303C.
Now this is an awesome voluntary. I'm a big fan whenever we see some different different dive order, different dive selection is a better descriptor. In terms of, we see a 303C here. Most of the women are doing 301B. So to see a 303C is pretty awesome. And when they're done right, they're awesome to see, and they can bring some pretty big points to the athlete in their point total. So let's see if Isabel is able to do that here. You can see she just kind of pushes that out, and then she's kicking a little loose. If she just really commits to kicking with that core tight, nice flat kick. Like you see when she kicks, she can't see her toes because her eyes are already up. See those toes, see where they point, then go from there. All right, just for our listeners at home that can't watch right now, boys a 1 meter, our results are Martinez is in first from Lithuania with a 150.15. Just a touch behind him at 148.8 is Baptiste from France. Peter from Switzerland is in 146.1. Kevin from Switzerland is for 140.3. And then there's a little bit of a gap there, about 10 points to Jakob from Austria. So really good competition on the men's side there. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 boys within about 10 points of each other, a little less than 10. So that's shaping up to be a really fun event. We got some twisters going on over there right now. They are in round 5, just starting round 5. For the boys event, looks like Peter just did an awesome 53.31 for 46.2 points. I thought she kind of hipped that in towards the diving board just a little. See a little more extension, a little tighter core should help give her a little bit more distance. It won't be so quick off the board. There we go. All right, Zoe with a 103B here. She was in second, so needing 9.5s for first, 7.5s for second. Let's see what she can do here. Good height, good start. Good dive, just missing that entry just a little bit. A lot of these dives right now are exciting to me because they're just missing a piece or just a little thing here, a little thing there from going from a really strong dive in that 6.5 category to an elite to that 7.5, 8 category. And I think we'll continue to see those athletes develop that over time. Natalie, 301B from Great Britain here. And I apologize, I don't believe SDA is Sheffield Diving Academy. I said that for the last day and a half, and I do not believe that is correct now, so I apologize. But I do know they're from Great Britain. I got that part right. But I don't think SDA is Sheffield Diving Academy, so I apologize for that. So I'll have to find out what SDA, what club that is for you all. But they are from Great Britain. I know that much.
Bergen, 5231B.
Now, like we've talked, you're going to hear that that vacuum or inflatable sound again in your audio. So apologize for that. Again, they're filling up some inflatables for the community here. Those will be rocking and rolling in a couple minutes here. That sound will disappear. So you're not crazy. You're not hearing things. there is a buzzing sound going on in the stream. That's not the diving. It's not on the technical side. Beautiful. Just missed the entry, but everything else about that, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look, she gets flat. She goes straight up, and it almost doesn't look like she touches her toes. It looks like she touches her face to her knees, really getting deep in that pike, which is what judges want to see. Let's see, we got about 20 points of separation from first all the way down to 10th. So we could see that really shake up here once the optionals get going for these ladies. Hannah Ekdahl here from Sweden. Boy, I liked that inward. She just kind of played on the entry. If she would have just really came around and committed to that entry, I think we would have had a really big time scoring dive there for Hannah. Martinez over there on the men's side is doing a 5-2-3-1, back 1.5 of the half twist. Let's see what kind of scores he brings in. Needing sevens to keep first, just to give you some type of representation of where the men are. .44.1 to reclaim the lead over Peter. A little bit of fade off that diving. We're just a little bit for Odessa there. Oh, now see, you can see she twists a little bit off that board, which makes everything crooked or off axis. You can see everything kind of goes down into that twist, which just kind of makes it a little wonky on her, a little goofy.
switch 2. Can you use manual?
Sign 5132B.
Thanks. Position 5132D.
All right, so let's bring you after 5 rounds for the boys A. Baptiste from France, 195 even, is in first. Martinez, less than a point behind, 0.75. Peter, 2.7 behind. A little bit of a gap to Kevin from Switzerland with 9.6 behind. And then a pretty sizable gap, about 15 points, is in fifth. Vegeta from Finland, and Abraham from New Zealand, and Daniel from Hungary, all kind of about 25 points back from the leader, or 14 at least back from fourth place. So a little bit of a gap there through the voluntaries. Things can absolutely really shake up as they get spinning in the optionals here, which are about to begin. I'm not really able to watch with where I'm positioned, but our women are working about halfway through currently through their through their required dives. And then we'll really pick up a little bit more in the commentation as the optionals get going. We really just want you guys to sit back, enjoy, and watch.
Position 5132D.
203B.
Isabel 5132D.
Yatas 105B.
Anna 5231D.
Kobe 105B.
Corey 5132D.
Aaron 105B.
All right, so I actually just took the time to pop open the live broadcast. We haven't actually had a chance to look, and we do have a couple things in there. So I did write the links for the podcast for Spotify, Instagram, and then also the email for the podcast if anybody wishes to reach out. Also, SDA is Southampton Diving Academy. So my apologies. Thank you to the viewer in the chat for letting me know that. So I really appreciate you helping me out there. SDA is Southampton Diving Academy, not Sheffield Diving Academy. So that is 100% my fault, and I apologize. But anybody that's watching at home, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat a little better today. If you have questions, if you aren't sure what you saw, if you want us to talk about something else in the diving world, if you have questions about what's going on in the U.S., if you have questions or opinions on things, we're happy to give them to you. Just write them in the chat, and I'll pop in periodically to check out what you guys put in there, and we'll try to interact with you guys on the chat as well. So, again, thanks for giving some feedback there. Really appreciate that. We say it all the time on our podcast. We're definitely not perfect. We do not have all the answers. And we're really happy when people are willing to help us out like that and point us in the right direction or correct us. We definitely get a lot of things wrong like a lot of people do. So, all right, so the women are wrapping up. We have about 7 divers left before we get spinning on the optionals. And after that, we should be able to kind of see what these women can do in terms of the optionals or the harder dives. And I think we're going to see some movement with our top 5 or 6, which is always exciting when we see a close competition. All right, Natalie from Southampton Diving Academy, now that we got that right. Nice dive. Like to see her get a little taller on that start. You can kind of see her start to fade forward or lean forward. See that drift, drift, drift. And she doesn't get that chest back up on the start, which really would have gave her a lot more ability to stay on the board longer.
Martinez, 107C.
Riley, 5231D.
Douglas, 5231D.
Weekend, 5231D.
Baptiste, 405C.
Anna, 5132D. That concludes round 5. Can we change the panel of judges on the 3 meter?
Okay, 203B.
Judges, are you ready? Round 6. Audrey, 105
All right, so we are into the optional portion of the girls A 3 meter. Paji with a 105B here. There we go, nice dive. I'm interested to see if she is going to kind of battle her way up in the ranks here. I know she finished pretty high on 1 meter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really excited to see her if she can close that gap. She was a little bit behind after the 5 voluntaries or requireds. So let's see kind of what she can do. On the boys' side, I'll get you guys an update. They are on diver 22 of 23, so about 2 divers. I'll give you an update on where the standings are there as well. Nice dive there by Serena. It looks like it's going to be Martinez from Lithuania is going to be in first place. The record, like I had previously mentioned, for 1 meter A boys, Jonathan Sukow, 496. So we'll see if any of these boys can make a run at that. I do believe they kind of have an opportunity with where their scores were after voluntaries. We have Baptiste in second from France with a about 6.7 points back. Peter from Sweden, about 11.45. Kevin, about 17, 18 points back. And there's a pretty good gap that's been widened. 14, 15 points, a little bit bigger than before, not a ton. So we're seeing those top 4 really battle it out. Again, it really looks like there's going to be a battle for first, second, and third, which is really, really exciting to see that it might shake out that way again, inevitably. Really good competitions here. All right, Petter with a 305C happening on 1. Sound like people are very happy with the result there. I'll let you know what the scores are as they roll in. Yeah, 61-point dive. That's a big-time score there for Peter on 1 meter. Got more 105Bs going on up here on 3 meter. Nice entry. A little hinged at the waist. Still a little pikey. A little bend in the waist. We'd like to see her get all the way out into her entry shape a little bit better there. And that's kind of what I think those judges are going 5.5 on. .203A. We don't see that one too much, but I like it. I like when you see a really good 203A. Like to see her not fade off, and you see that head is up just a little more than I would prefer it. I'd prefer us to see a little more straight body line with the head in alignment over the shoulders, trying to look over the toes before you get to your point where you do want to look back.
to C3D.
Head 5335D.
All right, we're back. Sorry, I was just trying to interact in the chat that you guys are watching. Feel free, like I said, to leave some questions if you want us to cover anything else. If you want us to stop talking, we can do that too. But we're just happy to try to give the viewers what you guys want from commentators. I know Aaron and I are always critical of commentating. It's a difficult job, no doubt about that. It's always very, very easy from the outsider perspective. From my perspective, when I'm the outsider, when I'm doing it, I always forget how challenging it actually can be. But without a doubt, the number one thing we want to do is bring the people watching right here on YouTube a good product. So just let us know what you want from us. Happy to oblige. Really strong back 2.5 tuck there.
Please, round 7. Judges change to 2-3-3-2.
Again, for a repeat.
Contestant 205C.
Yes. 5-1-3-4-D.
Alexandra 205C.
Kobe 303C.
Caillou 205C.
Bergen 403B.
Paju just keeps kind of sneaking back up the leaderboard. A little bit of a miss there, but she keeps sneaking up kind of every round. She's making some leaps over some people that maybe were ahead of her in the round before. She's really trying to make a stake here for a top 3 spot for a medal. Ooh, a little short there from Serena. Not too bad there. Well, I actually really like that. I know she missed that a little bit on the long side, but at home you're going to be able to see her do this 303, and I really like it. She had a good reach, a little quick, but really strong kick. See the toes, look. I think we're going to see this young lady be pretty good. Like, I bet in a year she's going to be a lot better than she is currently. Wow, that's an entry there. Nova smoked that one. Wow. I thought she really let those hips push just a little early, but that's how you fix any mistakes, is put that kind of an entry on it. That's another great thing. The judges have not been fooled with like maybe a poor dive, but a awesome. Wow, that's a great 305 by June there. She's gonna be really happy with that little forward with the chest and the head there. Great reach, really works that kick look reach. They're just messing with the monitor here, so you guys probably missed that at home, and apologies for that. All right, Martinez, let's see where he gets to on this dive here. If he can be 437, 60 points. If he gets a little less than 60 points, let's see, 437.5. Needs 58.5, which is going to end up being 7.5s across the board from the judges on his double twister. He does that. You'll have a new record holder breaking Jonathan Sukow's record from, I believe it said 2018. Let me double check that to make sure I give it to you right. 2016. That's a big record. I mean, you're talking about almost 10 years, 9 years there. Jonathan Sukow, former Olympian, former NCAA finalist, All-American, great diver out of Switzerland. So pretty cool. We can see Martinez get after some history here. All right, our second place diver. Oh, wow. Wow, I really thought she was about to just drop that down for 7.5 eighths. Oh my goodness, if she just spots that just a little bit more, that was a lot of what we want to see. Wow, very impressed with that dive. Even with the miss, I would say that's a good miss. That's what I say at home. Natalie here doing a 305C. All right, snuck that one in there. Going to try to get you guys an update here going into round 10 for the boys A group. That looks like the last diver either just went or is about to go. Give me one moment and I'll get you guys that update. All right, so Martinez is in first. Peters in second, about 32 points behind. Then a little bit of a gap. Again, Baptiste is in third with 54.55. And then fourth is Kevin. That's kind of your top four right now. Kevin's from Switzerland. I apologize for not saying that to start. And it's kind of those top four with Kevin having a chance, about 9 points down from from Baptiste, having a chance to close that gap and maybe bring home a medal for the Swiss. Baptiste in third there, about 22 points. That's going to be a tough gap to close to Peter in second, and obviously 32.7 points, barring anything unforeseen. That's a tough gap to close. So I think we are kind of looking at the top two are pretty set. Chance for some shakeup between 3-4. But really what we're tracking here is seeing if Martinez can get the record. I think it's doable. 7.5, so I'll try to give that to you live if that happens. Women also, looks like we got about 2 to 3 divers left before they rock and roll into the final round. Running a great pace here for this event. They had set 11:40 for the women to be done. I think we're going to be done well before 11:40. We're running ahead of schedule with the awesome crew here. Peter, 54.6 points on his last dive. That's how you end the meet. Ooh, Hannah Ekdahl with a 405C there. That was big time. I think we're going to see her bump to first. I think she's going to be in first place right now. See where that ends up getting her, I think. Yeah. Jumping up into first. Hannah Ekdahl been closing the gap. All right. Last round for the women here. Let's see what happens. We got, oh, man, the top three are tight. Hannah Ekdahl in first. Annie from Hungary is in second with 2.4 points back. Audrey from Bergen, hometown girl, 4.25 points back. And she just crushed a 405C. Absolutely crushed it. Little by on the bottom, coming back with 49.95 points. So this is going to be a tight one here. I think we're really looking forward to seeing how this finishes up. In fourth place is June, now 59.65 points back from first. So things are going to get a little interesting here as we go. Again, another competition. Now Martinez has kind of moved out and ahead here on the men's side. I don't suspect we will see a big shakeup there. But for the most part, pretty much every single event we have been a part of has been tight. It could come down to the last dive. Literally for the women, it will come down to the last diver. Diver 26, Hannah Ekdahl will have an opportunity to jump into first place with her final dive, and it's just a matter of how she executes. Like I said, Annie from Hungary also with a great opportunity to take over first place. So we'll see what happens here. All right, I'm going to sit back and try to let you just enjoy the final round without hearing my voice. And I'll jump in as those athletes that are in contention are getting ready to go, and we'll see where they shake up and finish out.
405C.
So at the back, 5132D.
Male chance, 5132B.
Seated before your body, 281C.
Bergen, 5233B.
Shinington, 4-3C.
Daniel Lede, 5134B.
Letitia Hilda, 105B.
All right, for our listeners and viewers at home, you're not able to watch this dive, so I'll do my best to commentate you through it. Martinez is going to try to get the record here with 5134D, 5134D. It's going to be very close. It's going to be very, very close to the record here. Needs 58.5. 496 is the number we are looking for. Let's see if he can pull it off. Tied. He tied the record. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. That's crazy. He tied the record. 496 even, 496 even. Double check, triple. Tying the Bergen Open record. Martinez with a great performance. Tying with, I would venture to say, one of Europe's greats, Jonathan Sukow, at least one of the greats of recent years. Great performance there. Absolutely phenomenal. We'll see where Baptiste finishes up. So Baptiste moves up into third with Kevin still left. So right now you're looking at Martinez, Patter in second from Sweden, excuse me. Baptiste from France is in third, and we're going to see if Kevin from the Switzerland can jump ahead of him. And we are getting ready to hit into the girls section where the leaderboard could change. So I will kind of keep you guys posted as that's getting ready to take place as well. Kevin needs 8s here. I don't know if he's going to get it, but let's find out. I didn't watch that one, but I'm going to be able to tell you real quick if he got it or not. Kevin finishing in fourth. He's going to finish fourth, it looks like. Great competition from the men there. Again, Martinez, not even going to try his last name, but he is from Lithuania with tying the Jonathan Sukow record from 2016 with a 496. 496 points even. On the dot, 00. All right, a little faded off the board there, but she finished it really well. You can see her fall off the board. The head goes up a little. The arms don't reach. If she reaches, she can go under her stomach. So a really smart dive overall. Okay. All right, now we are in the group of athletes that can, after this athlete here, Annie from Hungary is going to try to overtake Audrey from Bergen. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen from home. Try to give you an idea on what the points need to be for her to take over, and we'll see if she can do it. 405C, sixes. Sixes from the judges will move her into first place here. So let's see what she can do with a 405C. Only 3.5s to move into second, but needing sixes for first place. Oh, man. Again, that's 2 dives in a row. Amazing start, amazing top, amazing connection, and just misses the bottom. A little close underneath. I don't think she's going to get those scores. Moving into second. 3.55 points out of first place. But, man, wow. Really impressed with Annie from Hungary. I think she's going to be really special as she continues to develop. A lot of really... Whoa, that Zoe was moving on that one there. Really special performance from Annie there. A lot of great things. Working those come-outs, working on that entry accuracy. Those little fixes along the way in her development. And we might see that name for a long time to come here over in the European scene. And then hopefully further on into the world scene as well. Yeah, I tried to keep them posted as to where the scores were. Rooney's just getting back from commentating. We were just talking about Martinez tying the record from Jonathan Sukow. But I'll mute myself and or actually here we'll wait till the last diver, and then I'll let Aaron give you guys a recap of 1 meter, and then we'll sign off here. Because like I said, there is nothing being broadcast until, again, it looks like at 2:40, but make sure you're checking back. Because they might start ahead of schedule. We're a little bit ahead at this moment in time, I believe. Almost 40 minutes ahead of schedule, which is great. But we have just a few divers left on the women's side, with the last diver having an opportunity to win it. So we'll see how that goes. But how'd you like commentating, Rooney?
Can you hear me?
Announcing.
Everybody hear me okay? Yeah, there we go. All right. No, it's great. I mean, I love announcing. It's kind of my gig. I'm a little more comfortable with a script and a cadence and exactly what to say, when to say it. The online commentating is fun, no doubt about it, but I'm a little more reserved. I'm afraid to let it fly. But Martinez Lisauskas, unbelievable diving. Every time he was on the board, I had to stand up just so that I could look over this little ledge we're on and watch. Very impressed by Peder and Baptiste as well. Another name I just wanted to mention was Abraham Lee in 8th place from New Zealand. He's a fantastic diver, just didn't quite have a great day today. He does all the big dives that you want to see on 1 meter, all 05s. Just didn't quite hit them. So his time's going to come, and I'm excited to watch him on platform. I know he's incredible. He's got a great rip.
All right, 2 divers left.
And you said Hannah has a chance to...
Yeah, it's been really, really good between the top 3, Audrey, Anna, and Hannah. Oh, all right, I guess we are on our last diver now. The screen just updated. Oh, it's because diver 25 scratch. Okay, 105B. She needs 6.5s. Ooh. It's going to be really close. I don't know if she'll get it with these judges. It's going to be really close.
It's a little short, but a very good dive.
She looks like she'll get it. Looks like she'll get it. Jumping into first by 1.1 points.
Wow.
Audrey in second and Anna in third. So really great meet there. For those of you that were watching at home, happy I got to kind of communicate with you guys a little bit in the chat there. So again, keep asking us questions. Like I said, if you want us to be quiet, just tell us that, and we're happy to do it and let you just watch and enjoy the meet. But I'll let Rooney kind of give you a recap. He kind of already hit some of them, but great job. We'll see you back here in a little bit for the next event we're able to commentate is B-Girls Platform. It's as of now, start time is 2:40, but it could be earlier, so make sure you're checking back in.
Yeah, not much extra to add from the boys' a 1 meter. I have 2 boys at home that I coach, and so it's always fun to watch an international competition and see where my boys would have finished. And they definitely wouldn't have been in first place by any means, but I don't think they would have been last either. So right in the mix. I'm very confident and comfortable seeing what is going on at this meet, and it's very similar to what we have back in the United States there. So fun to see that. And yeah, like he said, we'll be back this afternoon for a little bit more. Until then, we'll see you next time.